Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Richek and thank you for all the love and support you have given me throughout all my videos. This video will be a bit different than the others as I have a couple of things which I would like to share with you all. Here, before our midterms, we have a summer break, which is also known as a study break, where we get a whole week off before any particular exam, and we can do anything. We can either work full time for that week or we can go anywhere else. So naturally, I went to my uncle and aunts at Mississaugas and spent my week there. After my study break was over, I came back to Windsor. Unfortunately, I fell sick, which made me realize some things. There is no one to take care of you. We're all on our own. I agree that you will argue for that you have friends here, you have family here, but there is no one to replace the role of your mother during this period. No one will touch your forehead from time to time to check up on your temperature, make you a hot bowl of soup. No one will give you medicines on their own. Back home, when I used to get a sore throat and a cough, my mom used to iron a small piece of cloth and wrap around my neck so that my throat feels better. I am a single child, so I know how much pampered I was when I was growing up. But that is not always the best case. This is the part of the independence which no one talks about. My advice is eat healthy, stay healthy, and try not to fall ill. Because if you do, you will have to take care of yourself. Okay, so in this video, I'll talk about 3 important things which I believe you should know to survive in Canada: food, shelter, and clothing. Simple. Food. If you are a foodie like me, then you better learn how to make food, because you never know how much time you spend in the kitchen and time goes fly by just like this. Also, there is nothing called MRP system. There is always a 13% tax in every item you buy. The bigger the store and the further the store away from your house, the cheaper it is. I don't know how that logic works, but it is what it is. For example, if you want eggs, you go to Shoppers Drug Mart on a weekend because it's cheaper. If you want vegetables, you go to Food Basics. If you want bread, you go to Freshco. If you want fish, you go to Walmart. If you want meat, you go to there's an Arabic store here which sells cheap meat. It's called You Get It. You go to those kinds of places. If you want ingredients and masalas, you go to an Indian store. But I tell you, every food item I just mentioned can be found everywhere, but the prices will not be the same and it will be a bit different. Like me, if you have time and energy to spare, you go to all these different places, save money. That's what I do. Accommodation. There are 2 ways where you can find accommodation in Canada. One is you make friends online, find a house together for rent, or if you do not know anyone in the city, you find a room for yourself in an already rented apartment. The second option is risky, but it will be beneficial for you. I'll tell you why. Because an experienced roommate, which you will have if you are single, will help you in a lot of ways. He'll give you valuable information and tips about everything because he has been living there before you and he knows ins and outs of the city. All the food tips which I just told you, he was told to me by my roommate. Always try to find a house near a bus connectivity where at least one of the buses goes directly to the bus transit terminal. Trust me, that will be your life savior. Clothing or a general information about weather systems in Canada. Yeah, that works. The weather in Canada is the most bizarre thing I have seen in my entire life. I did not think if it was possible if I did not witness it firsthand. I'll give you some myths for you to bust later if you are planning to come to Canada. Once you are accustomed to the weather in Canada, you will be okay with negative temperatures rather than the positive ones. I'm not exaggerating or bragging at all. A stable minus 10 to 15 degrees is way better than a windy positive 7 degrees. The wind is your biggest enemy here. A slight bit of wind in the air will make you go crazy cold and you will not be able to walk or do anything outside. So be careful of the wind. The more sun does not necessarily mean more heat. For example, if you see a sunny day, you check the temperature, it's positive 14 degrees and you wear less clothes and you go out thinking everything will be fine. That is the most honest mistake you can ever do, because the sun rays are more harmful to you than your home countries. It contains more UV rays and you feel cold in the sun. I don't know how that happens. I can't explain the geographical and scientific reason for it, but it does. Always check the weather map, the weather report. That's your biggest friend here. Plan ahead. You just cannot go out. I'm just specifically stating all these facts based on my experience in winter. I have not experienced summer, spring, autumn, fall, so I can't explain how the weathers are for those seasons. But for winter, it's extremely unusual for us Indians, because we come from a tropical climate, tropical humid, moist climate, which is not here. The weather here is dry, low moisture and low humidity. So it can be a bit bad for your skin. So always you have to apply lotions, cold creams all over your skin every time you go to sleep, wake up or do anything else. So be careful. Bit bonus points for you guys. A big city does not necessarily mean a good way of transportation. I'll tell you why. When I came to Canada, I came to Mississauga, and as we know, it is a big city. It's a part of the Greater Toronto area. Brampton, Mississauga, Vaughan, York. I don't know the whole geographical aspect of it, but a big city does not mean that you can go around anywhere and everywhere. Big cities are spread. Every city is not like Toronto. Toronto is the densest city in Canada, I believe, after Vancouver. I have never been there. But big cities are usually spread out. They have residential areas on one side, commercial areas on the other side, and shopping areas on the other side. You need to have a private vehicle for transportation with ease. Otherwise, if you are going via bus, it will take you way longer. You have to plan ahead. Planning ahead is the most essential thing for you if you want to go out. You just can't just stroll out of your house thinking everything will be fine. I'll get a bus, I'll go there. It doesn't happen that way. You'll have to plan everything out. See the bus routes first. See which bus goes from place A to place B before you take a step outside of your house. That's the most important thing. Universities and colleges have some sort of contract for bus pass in the city for the students to travel across the city. So in my case, University of Windsor has a bus pass transit thing where I pay the university per semester and they give me a bus pass and I can use the bus pass to travel anywhere in the city at any number of time. So I have a free ride. It's not free, but I do have a free ride everywhere around the city. That helps a lot. But in bigger cities like Mississauga, Toronto, Brampton, you don't get those. You have to get a monthly Presto card to travel from here and there, which is also not bad, but it's a bit expensive than here. Smaller cities are a bit more compact and you get everything you want at a smaller circle. You don't have to travel that far in other cities as far as you have to travel in Windsor to get to places where you want to go. So where I live in, it's usually known as the university cities. Windsor is famous for University of Windsor and other automotive factories there. Living in a university town of an area helps you a lot for your mental health, because everyone, almost 60 to 70% of the locals you meet or you see outside are students of your age group, a bit older or younger maybe. That will give you a morale boost. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day. Take care. Bye bye.